And we are back for our second portion of interviews this evening. I have Matt McKean. He is running for the Union Township Trustee. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Brandi. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. All right, let's kick this off and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, thank you for having us on. This is a wonderful thing. I'm really glad to be here and speaking to everybody. I am raised here right in Monticello, Indiana. I graduated from Twin Lakes High School in 2004.
Oh, you're kind of young then.
I'm a little bit younger. Yeah, I'm 31. So, but then after graduation, I went to Franklin College. I wanted to still play football and thought I could, so I went to Franklin but I really also wanted to go to Franklin because, of their academic program. They have a great journalism program, and I knew right away that that's something that I wanted to be involved in. And so that's why I went there. And then, I graduated from there in 2009 with a double major in broadcast journalism and then political science. And after I left Franklin, I came back home. It was kind of a perfect storm at that time. My father and our family business, we own Wallman's Foods over in Delphi.
Okay.
And he needed some help at that time. He needed an assistant manager, somebody to fill in. I've been working there since I was 15 years old. I came back in the breaks and worked at home and everything. So he needed that help, and I needed a job right away. And I really wanted to come back home. I really wanted to be involved in my own community where I grew up because I love it, and I wanted to raise my own family here. So that's why I came home and I started working for him. And I wouldn't trade anything about what I learned in college or my degrees or anything like that, even though I don't work with them on a day-to-day basis right now. I met my fiance at Franklin, and we live here in Monticello now. So, but I really just wanted to move back and raise my family here, which is why I came back to Monticello.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about what the trustee will do. Okay.
So the trustee's office manages a budget set forth by your local county and city governments. That's the obvious part. In that is a kind of three-phase system. The biggest one being the fire protection. We're responsible for providing that for the citizens of the township, and that encompasses about, roughly half, maybe a little bit more than half of that budget. Mm-hmm. And out of those things, we have to buy equipment. Like in 2020, we have to buy a new fire truck. Things that are contracted through the city of Monticello already that we really don't have much say over. We have to do those things. So that's one part of it. There's another part that encompasses groundskeeping, mainly cemetery groundskeeping, anything that's not owned by churches or private property, anything like that, which are several. We're responsible for keeping up the grounds on that, headstone maintenance, things of that nature, general upkeep. Mm-hmm. And then one of the things that it's most known for is managing the Poor Relief Fund. And that encompasses multiple aspects, because we also give money to the local food pantries. We help with senior living, the Council on Aging, and transportation. And then obviously managing the poor relief as far as divvying out money, to people who need it, as right. far as, based on their priorities and needs.
Right. Okay. Tell us what your qualifications are to be the next trustee.
I would say first and foremost qualifications are education. My background in education, I have multiple fields that I've been educated in, and coming back home, I consider where I work now, that gave me kind of a third level of education, because where I work now in the retail business, like, you have to work with people every single day. Mm-hmm. You have to base everything on your own budget, yep. for your business and by what people need and the needs of the community. And so I would say education first and foremost, and then secondly, the job that I do with the public right now. Being able to communicate well with people and run a business is difficult in today's world. And so I think that's a big aspect that goes into it. You see people from all different aspects of life. You see with what they're dealing with, their needs. And so I think that's one of the major reasons, why I'm set up well to do an office like this.
Right, right. Tell us some of the ways that you've contributed to the community outside of running for a political office. I know this is probably your first time running for office.
This is my first time actually running for an office. Last year I was elected as a delegate to represent White County for the Republican Party at their mm-hmm. convention. I ran for that again this year. Didn't have to be elected because there wasn't enough people running, so I got put in that automatically. So this is the first, office that I've actually ran for. Since I came home, I've done a lot of things, with some of my majors. Mainly in the announcing field. I worked for Walton Webcasting, and we did local sports for here at Twin Lakes. Mm-hmm. When Walton Webcasting moved out of the area, their contract with Twin Lakes went away, I continue to work with the school, and I do PA announcing for football and basketball and things like that. I really want to get more involved in that a whole lot, and maybe even the radio aspect. I don't know. Maybe you could put a good word in for me in that way.
Well, my dad's thinking about retiring, so.
I heard that. Your dad I job shadowed your dad when I was in high school.
Oh, my God.
My sophomore year of high school. I job shadowed him. We spent all afternoon in here. I did the trading post and everything with him. It was one of the reasons that I wanted to get into broadcast journalism.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you'll take my card when you leave.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And then I also help out with multiple fundraisers. My brother is on the police force, so we've done, myself personally, and then our business has helped out with several of the FOP fundraisers. Basically, I met a lot of people when I was here. Most of my friends in high school are what I consider lifelong connections. They're my best friends still to this day, and some of them still live here. And so, we do a lot of things, in the community still. And, I attend every event that I possibly can. I want to get involved as much as I possibly can.
Tell us what would be your goal if elected to the trustee's position.
So my primary goal for the office would be transparency. I want people to know where their tax dollars are being spent. I want people to feel comfortable approaching me with questions that they have about what's going on in their local government as well as the town in general. I want them to have an advocate for them in that office, and I want them to be able to be educated from that office, meaning that I want to provide them with more information about what's going on. I want to do the job right. I guess that's first and foremost. You want to do the job right. And so you want to balance your budget. I don't want any waste coming from out of that office, which is one of the reasons I want people to see where the money's going. I want to know that if you're coming in there for help, I want to help you. Absolutely, I want to help you, but I want to evaluate and prioritize what you really need. And then I think we can do that in multiple ways, because it's not just about what the people need. It's also about what your business community needs as well. And so I want to work with the local Chamber of Commerce, the Rotary clubs, everything like that encompasses the city business, and find out what they need as well. Because I think you can connect people that way. People are looking for work. They're looking for jobs. Businesses are looking to hire. And so I think you can connect people like that. And there's a lot of ways that we can do it. I've heard a lot of people talking about opening the office more hours, which is great. I think it's a good idea as well. But there's so many aspects of social media that you can utilize as well. We have an email. I have a cell phone. We have a Facebook page. You can reach people on all of those and let them know what's going on and get their concerns from that too. So it doesn't just have to be about setting up an appointment, even though, for the major needs, absolutely you have to.
Right. All right. This is my last question.
Okay.
Why do you want to be the next Union Township trustee?
Basically, mainly, I think that I can do it better. I think that my background has set me up in order to help people, and in order to move us forward in what I would say a different direction. Not saying that the directions we've been moving are wrong by any means up to this point, but I think as we move forward, it's important to have the take of a new generation sometimes. It's important to get people involved in local government, who haven't been involved, and especially with my generation, there's not a lot of people that are running for office or in office right now. And I think that it puts me in a unique position, if elected, that I can connect people of multiple generations. I can connect them with communication wise, of course, but because I also understand what's going on with the younger generation too. So I think that sets me up very well to do this particular job in general at this time. But I just want to get involved. I want to help. I want to do the job right. And I want to kind of move us out of some of the light we've been in. There's a lot of things that go on right now in local government, office swapping and things, where people just jump back and forth, and they've been in it for a long time. I think it's important we get a new face in.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I think that one of the main things I want to say to people is to get involved. Be involved in your local community, be involved, learn, never stop learning. That's one of the things that I've said in multiple times so far in talking to people going out door to door. Like, I don't want to stop learning about what's going on. I don't think people should either. Know what's going on and be involved in your local community. Vote, absolutely go out. That's your voice. That's your way of expressing yourself in our country is your vote. So I would say that those are the two things that I want to get out to people as far as, something that I'd like to additionally add is for everyone to be more involved.
Well, thank you, Matt, for coming in and talking to us this afternoon, actually evening now. So this evening, and we wish you luck on May the 8th. That is Matt McKean. He's running for Union Township Trustee. Voting is on May the 8th.
May the 8th. Be there.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, everybody.